Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Bodybuilding Mountain. And today I'm going to talk to you about a technique that I've talked about in the past, and it's called the pump and stretch principle. Now, one thing you can do with your training is that you can do an exercise or an isolation movement or even a compound movement with concentration on pumping up a certain muscle, right? Usually it's one of those movements that doesn't require a lot of stretch, but it's just small, short movements just to pump a certain muscle group up. Now, depending on the exercise, depending on you as well, you may find different types of exercises really isolate a muscle for you. But the whole point is for you to isolate the muscle, get it really pumped, and then do a stretching movement after the pump is attained, which will help stretch out the muscle fascia. A standard example of this would be, say close grip benches, and you just pump out lots of reps, really pump up those triceps, and then you would do some sort of skull crusher with the elbows behind the head, maybe on an incline or whatever, to stretch out that long head of the tricep. This could be something that would work. Another example would be doing bent over rows with dumbbells or barbell and really pump up the back, pump up the lats, and then do a dumbbell pull over to stretch out those lats. That would be another example of the stretch and pump principle. But there are some times where you may want to use variations of the same exercise to achieve the same effect. And this is one that I'm doing for triceps right now. What I'm doing is a skull crusher with dumbbells with an aggressive range of motion, such as my elbows are closer to my waist. So I'm coming down in a very aggressive way. Now, of course, because of the aggressive nature of the angles that are attained on the elbow, I'm using more of a partial range of motion to avoid the stress of the elbow. But what I'm doing is I'm keeping that tension on the triceps and really pumping it as much as possible. And I'm achieving a great level of failure in the tricep from doing this. It's something that I just started doing recently, and I'm getting awesome pumps, like better pumps than I've gotten in a long time. And then what I do, once I hit as many reps as I can, then I drop one dumbbell, and then I do an overhead tricep extension while still laying flat on the bench, just with that light weight of that one dumbbell, in order to stretch out the long head of the tricep. Now I'm getting a massive pump from this, but this would be an example of how to use the exact same exercise in order to achieve the concentration as well as the stretch. So you could probably do this with dumbbells for curls, right? So say you wanted to do a bicep curl, you could do bicep curls standing, just pumping reps as many as you can, and then sit back on an incline after you've done a certain amount of reps with this heavy weight, and perhaps do lighter dumbbells. You could do the same weight, or if you're really fatigued, you do lighter dumbbells on the incline right after. It's like a giant set. And then you hit failure with the stretched version of the bicep curl from doing the incline curl after doing the standing curls. And these could be two techniques that you could do in your arm training, which could probably blast you into another stratosphere of bicep and tricep training results. So yeah, I just thought I'd share this with you as a way of applying the pump and stretch principle with using the exact same exercise. Crazy, right? So there are other examples of this. I encourage you to experiment and see what you can come up with. But this is what I've been doing. I hope this helps you in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. mountain. Natural land.